Well, still on tonight's ceremony, all eyes from the continent will be fixed on the contenders for the Yashin Trophy, where Williams is up for it. Alongside the likes of Emiliano Martinez, Gianluigi Donnarumma and Mike Mignon. To talk about this, we're joined by football writer Ibrahim Sannie Daara from Accra in Ghana. A very good evening and welcome to the show. It's a massive honour for Ronwen to be nominated for this trophy that has been handed out of since 2019.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. It's a massive honor, not only for Ronwen Williams himself, but it's a testament to African football. It's a testament to the certitude of South African football and football on the continent in general. You must be reminded by the fact that he's the only player playing on the continent to have been nominated for this award. Last year, Bunu of Morocco had this award, was nominated for the award. But you remember that he plays abroad. Therefore, he wouldn't stand the same chance as a player playing on the continent of Africa. So for him to be recognized in this way, even just by the nomination, is a big thing for himself, for his team, Sundowns, for the Bafana Bafana team, and for African football generally. This is a point where African football can now sing that we can compete amongst the best in the world and still stand out.
The Ballon d'Or award as an actual award has gone through a number of iterations. It's over 60 years old now, and for many years it was a standalone award that was decided by French media and global football media. It then had a 10-year stint alongside FIFA, and just towards the end of last year they made a partnership with UEFA. It's interesting to see then the kinds of nominees. You mentioned Ronwen Williams and the fact that he's actually playing on the continent, that for the Yashin Award, they're actually looking outside of just the European continent for best performers.
Yes, you see, the biases are already stated clear from the get-go. Why do I say that? Because of the allure of European football. Even for local football fans in Africa, they get to see more of European football on their television sets. So the biases are already created from the media side that gets to do the nominations. And also, even from the coach's perspective, look at the number of European coaches coaching on the African continent. So that gives somebody playing on the European continent the added advantage of being one seen, too well known to the audiences and the voting public. So, you know, coming from the African continent gives you a little bit of a disadvantage. But, you know, the big platform of the African Cup of Nations under the massive improvement that the AFCON has seen under President Patrice Motsepe of CAF has ensured that at least the African football scene gets to be seen and projected the way it is projected. But clearly, as you've stated, the biases are already there, be it on the continent itself, where the journalists that get to vote, the captains of the national teams, the national team coaches that get to vote slant towards the European side. Then when you go to Europe itself and the rest of the world, they also slant towards the European side. That gives those playing in Europe an advantage. So that is why I said that by just being nominated for this award among those top goalkeepers that you have mentioned, Martinez and co, shows that Williams has arrived on the true international stage.
We're quickly running out of time, Ibrahim, but I have to ask you this before we go. And before I do, I want to just mention the other nominees from the continent that will also be represented at the award ceremony in Paris. Tabitha Chawinga from Malawi and Barbara Banda of Zambia being nominated for the Women's Award, and Ademola Lookman of Nigeria, who plies his trade at Atalanta, being one of the nominees in the men's category. Although the favourites in the men's category, Rodri, Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham. And on that note, the news coming out that Real Madrid are actually going to be boycotting the awards. What do you make of that boycott?
We've already seen leaks of who's won the award and who's not won the award, and that has set the tone for these claims of boycotts, with a lot of people expecting Vinicius to carry the award, given his performances and all of that. And that has a lot of sympathies on the African continent just because Vinicius is black. But to say that Real Madrid are boycotting the award will be ungentlemanly of them, as some of their players have won the awards in the past and no one boycotted it. So if it gets to this point where they boycott it just because of the leaks or just because of the claims that another player is going to win it ahead of Vinicius, would not be fair on their part. At least they should honor the stage, they should honor the occasion, and if they have any points to raise or any disagreements, they can raise it. On the African players being nominated, Ademola Lookman has done absolutely fantastic this year, getting to the final of the African Cup of Nations, scoring the hat-trick in the final of the Europa League, and all of those things are things that count in his favor. But like I stated, the allure of playing for the big teams of the world, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, would prove to be very, very difficult for Lookman to be able to get even among the top three. I doubt if you get among the top three. Maybe perhaps very difficult to even get among the top 10.